push off a little if he has to, create some separation for the touchdown.
What a block by Howard Griffith. He's the guy that opened it up for Elway.
Jason Elam adds the extra point.
No doubt.
But I knew it. Cordell Stewart is exposed, and Tyrone Braxton just hit me.
Oh, just as long as the wind blows, my lady.
Stewart and Bettis in motion now in the second half, and it's Bettis ducking to the 24, a gain of a couple. Tanuvasa makes the tackle.
You know, we talked about the running backs in the opening, and the one that gets 100 yards maybe be the team that goes to the Super Bowl. Terrell Davis, 73 yards. Now, he was out for a few plays. Jerome Bettis just ran the ball there, picked up 3 more yards. So, you know, I think they've got to get Jerome Bettis more involved in this ball game.
Davis with the big 43-yard run to spark Denver early in the first quarter. Second down, 8. Stewart over the middle, complete to Thigpen, a juggling catch, and he brings into a couple defensive backs, shows you his strength, and plows to midfield into the 49-yard line. Thigpen, who's 205 pounds, he says, I like to run after the catch, and he shows why.
Well, Dick, we asked him yesterday, what's your favorite route? He says the slant, the quick look over the middle, because I can get my hands on the ball, and then I can run with it. He's a physical receiver and fast.
And strong.
And strong. We can see all those attributes right there.
Picked by the San Diego Chargers in '91 in the 4th round, but couldn't make it there, and has found quite a home here. A second Pro Bowl for Thigpen as a Steeler coming up. 7 yards on that play. First down at the 49. Bettis. So the 45-44-yard line. Mobley and Aldridge, the linebackers, with the tackle.
Well, you said they need to run Jerome Bettis a little more here in the second half. I'm sure they went in at halftime. Bill Cowher, Chan Gailey, the offensive coordinator for the Steelers. Let's settle down, be a little more careful in the passing game, and let's get physical and tough, and that means running Jerome Bettis.
Let's go right back to our original game plan. It was working in the first quarter and halfway through the second quarter. There's no reason to change anything.
Second and 5. Bettis really held in check last week by the Patriots defense. Stewart batted down by Trailer. Keith Trailer makes his presence felt, and Trailer, as you know, last week just before the game at Kansas City, his mother passed away. He flew to Arkansas to be there with family. Then the funeral this week. They gave him the game ball after the Kansas City win. He said he was all right until the players came to console him and honored him with a ball, and broke down then. He said, I thought about burying the football with my mom, and I thought, no, better yet, if I keep it, I'll be able to remember her in a positive way. Big, tough guy at 305 pounds. Third down, 5. Blitz. Good pickup by the Steelers. Finally, Atwater gets through. It's a catch by Thigpen, and a first down inside the Denver 35. Good throw by Stewart.
Well, Dick, you said the right thing. Good blitz pickup by the Steelers. Cordell Stewart takes all day. Watch the blitz come up inside. It's 2 safeties. Look at the pickup. Will Wolford against Steve Atwater. Steve Atwater keeps after it. Almost gets to Cordell Stewart. But when you blitz, the middle is open. Yancey Thigpen reaches those hands up, makes a good catch.
You just saw the maturity of Cordell Stewart staying there. Normally, he'd have been running around going someplace. He waited and then connected.
So important for the Steelers to show something offensively here in their first possession. And they are. Bettis rumbles to the 16. 17 more for Bettis.
Jerome Bettis, good blocking by the line. He sees the hole. He wants to go wide. It doesn't look good out there. As soon as he sees daylight, boom, cuts it up inside. Big man, weighs 250 pounds, but the thing that's amazing about him, when you see him in person, how quick his feet are.
He now has 73 to match the total by Terrell Davis, his Denver counterpart. Bettis hit in the backfield and brought down by Alfred Williams. Cordell Stewart has his father with him all week long, been cooking for him. He's a barber down in New Orleans. Taught Cordell how to cut his own hair. Remember, Cordell said, I practiced first on my younger brother. I didn't want to look bad. I let him go first, and then when I knew I got it, he does his own hair, does Cordell?
Yeah, but I don't like, spaghetti and wieners.
No meatballs. Spaghetti and wieners is a little Cajun. Those are Cajun wieners. Flag down, Denver offside, the throw complete, and it's Thigpen again. And that combination, Stewart and Thigpen, that led to 3 touchdowns in the win 35-24 a month ago, working again.
Well, what happens here is you refuse this penalty. You take this penalty because it's a 5-yard penalty. Otherwise, it'll be 3rd down. Now, is there another flag down the field?
Yeah. Cordell Stewart is looking over the sideline. He wants to know, what do we do? Do we take 3rd and 2?
I think you take 1. You go back to 2nd down and 5.
That's what they're going to do.
Sure you do. I mean, you got to get the down back.
98 defense. 5 yards. Repeat 2nd down.
Tanavasa was offside.
The one thing you don't do is you don't take points off the board. You do take yardage away sometimes.
Now you're preaching to me again.
No, I'm just trying to help out. It's a great drive for the Steelers. Opening kickoff, second half, and drive it down the field.
2nd and 5 with the Bronco 12. Johnson in motion. With Thigpen on the other side. Blitz. Bettis. Knocked down at the 10-yard line. It's 3rd down and 2 for Cordell Stewart and the Steelers just inside the 10. Bettis for 5 and a 1st and goal.
I'm sitting up here. I'm wondering, what are the Steelers going to do? Is it going to be the option with Cordell Stewart? Is it going to be a shovel pass? No, they just decide, let's just give it to the big guy right up the middle and see if he can run over somebody. That's what he does.
You know where you like to play is because they spread everybody out. So what they do with Bettis is have him one-on-one with the tackler. Now, he's going to win that battle most of the time.
They tell Bettis, you got him.
Yeah, you got the guy that's going to tackle you.
1st and goal, 5 yards away. Bettis. And they were all over the big fullback that time. Hasselbach and Aldridge in on the stop.
I'll tell you, we knew we were going to see this today, talking to both coaches, and you look at the intensity of the players we talked to yesterday about hitting people. And this is what this game is really all about, is hitting somebody. Execution, hitting people, put, again, go back, a hat on a hat, is that what they say? Well, we've seen a whole lot of that.
Both wide receivers to the left. And now Johnson in motion. Stewart to the end zone. Intercepted. Leaping high, Alan Aldridge, the middle linebacker, to deny the Steelers. What a big play. The 2nd time in the game, Stewart intercepted in the Bronco end zone.
Well, this is just, it's a late throw by Cordell Stewart. The design of the play is excellent. The play is there to be made for a touchdown. Cordell underthrows it. Alan Aldridge jumps up and gets it.
Now Terrell Davis, and Davis sprints out for 9 on 1st down. Let's go to the interception. How did it happen?
The conception of the play is good. Charles Johnson's supposed to go up the field in the back of the end zone. It's there. Cordell Stewart, what happens? He turns and looks, takes way too long to throw the ball, lets the defense react. That's why it's intercepted.
And if Aldridge hadn't gotten it, Braxton would, and now Romanowski telling Cordell, you got to use your head.
Use your head, use your head, use your head.
Dick, Braxton would not have gotten it if Cordell would have just looked and thrown the ball, but he looked to make sure it was open. It took too long down the end zone. They can react to it too quickly.
Davis goes outside and has big yardage again to the 44-yard line against a disheartened Pittsburgh defense who watched Cordell Stewart drive the team 73 yards, consumed over 6 minutes, only to be intercepted in the end zone.
All right. let's look at this play, Davis now. He only makes one cut to the outside. He sees the blocking. Bell gets caught up, who's a safety, up inside. So all Terrell Davis has to do is get back outside of him.
This is why he's a great runner. It's supposed to go inside. Immediately he sees it's not there, he goes outside.
They haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in 2 seasons, and Davis now needs just 2 yards to hit the century mark. This could be it. Up the middle, and he's about 2 yards to the 47-yard line, and that would be 100 yards for the third-year runner from Georgia, Terrell Davis.
You know what's really impressive about this Broncos running game, and it's been good almost every single game of the year, but you don't have to block them real well. For Terrell Davis, if you just get your hat on him, he makes the yards, he makes the right cut. And just think, if you're an offensive lineman, that's pretty exciting. You know, if you help him out a little, he can do a lot.
3 playoff games this year for Davis, 3 times 100 yards. 2nd and 8. Leading 24-14 Elway. All the time in the world down the middle for Sharp, incomplete. Levon Kirkland again trailing the tight end. 3rd down 8. They pick up the blitz, the throw underneath, caught by Rod Smith, who dives to the 45, and with that lunging effort may have picked up the first down.
Well, we are seeing so many heads-up play. We saw McCaffrey in the first half. I mean, he puts the ball over the goal line, should have been a touchdown, comes back and gets it. But this play right here by Smith, you talk about heads-up, it's a first down. You don't have to measure this. It's first down.
Well, that's right. You haven't missed one in 10 years.
When your job is done up here, we'll just hire you to go down there.
You know, he may be wrong now, Phil. It's the playoffs. He might have weakened, you know, late in the year. He gets tired.
Yeah, wrong.
No, Dick,
are you kidding?
You can't be an official. You know why? Because you just can't wear stripes, big boy. He just can't.
That would be ugly.
But here, a blitz coming to the left of John Elway. Picked up again. Terrell Davis gets Myron Bell. Rod Smith. He sees the blitz. He changes his route. And then the smartest thing of all, reaches out for the first down.
At the 45-yard line with less than 6 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Terrell Davis, nothing there. May have been able to burrow for one. Joel Steed there for the stop.
They are eating up an awful lot of clock. I mean, we're inside 5.5 minutes.
Let's go to John Dockery.
You know, Dick, it's a significant change in the wind. Right now it is blowing across the field diagonally into John Elway's face. And that ball he threw deep down the middle a few plays ago, it actually took the nose down and affected the throw.
All right, Doc, indeed, the breeze of hardly any at kickoff.
You know, Dick, John, that's a good point. We can't feel the breeze up here, but Shannon Sharp was open down the field. I was wondering, John Elway underthrew it.
Davis swings it outside and then bumped out of bounds after a gain of a couple at the Pittsburgh 42-yard line. Dante Jones, who is in for Greg Lloyd. Mike Shanahan, the 45-year-old head coach of the Broncos, has his team in front by 10. Leading one of the leading tacklers. Holmes out of the lineup for the moment. Elway on 3rd down 7. The throw incomplete, intended for McCaffrey at the 35-yard line. Elway under pressure with a blitz coming. Darren Perry.
Well, Pittsburgh's having a very hard time lining up against the spread offense of Denver. They come on the blitz. John Elway has to get rid of it. Just leaves the receiver too far towards the middle. McCaffrey can't make the catch.
J.B. Brown was the man in on the blitz as Darren Perry, the veteran safety from Penn State. Only the second Denver punt. Courtney Hawkins this time back at the 10-yard line. Bruin sends a dying spiral up. That's going nowhere. That bounces back to Aldridge at the 32-yard line. Cordell Stewart. And the Steelers get a break on the 11-yard, officially the 11-yard punt by Ruin, and they'll start just outside the 31. Stewart, last 10 passes, 2 complete, 3 interceptions. 24-14 Denver, 4:02 left in the third. Davis brought down after a gain of about 6. John Mobley made the stop. Well, this is a triple threat offense, the Steelers. They had a 3,000-yard passer in Stewart, Thigpen a 1,000-yard receiver, and Bettis well over 1,000 as a rusher. Hadn't happened in Pittsburgh since the last Super Bowl team, that 79 team, when it was Bradshaw, Stallworth, and Harris that had the big numbers.
You don't know those numbers are almost the same. Look at it.
Went on to beat the Rams in Super Bowl 14. Second down for 5. Bettis again. He has the first down and more. Battles to the 45.
Well, if they're going to they're in the game, but I mean, really get this thing back to normal, to maybe a 3-point game, yeah, they got to go to this guy Bettis. Watch the power of Bettis. The holes are in the middle, and he just makes moves to get a first down. The strength in his legs, just keep giving him the ball until he gets tired.
Yeah, usually it's the other way around. He wears down the defense. He has his biggest gains in the second half. First down across the 45. 2:42 left in the third. Stewart. Caught. Charles Johnson, his first catch of the day. Darian Gordon on the coverage. Mobley helped out on the tackle. Well, it appears that Crockett is staying with Thigpen. Is that what's happening?
That's right, Dick. Ray Crockett is covering Yancey Thigpen today, so that puts Darian Gordon on the other side, or following Charles Johnson. This time, good throw by Cordell Stewart. Puts it into the body of the receiver, even though it was good coverage by Darian Gordon.
Watch Darian Gordon's left hand. He gets it in there, right where the ball is. This is a super catch.
But the receiver kept going back towards the quarterback. That's why he made the catch.
12 yards on the play. The Colorado connection. They were teammates with the Buffaloes. Throw underneath to Tim Lester, and the blocking fullback gets about 7, maybe 8 before Tonavasa and Aldridge can collaborate on the tackle. Stewart, first half of the seasons this year, look at 47%, second half 60%, 15 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions, and a rating over 101 compared to those numbers in the first half. No question, as the game wears on, this young man has been a better player, and that's what the Steelers and their fans need now. Down by 10, final minute and a half of the third quarter. Second down, Bettis allowing for a first down at the 31.
Remember what Bill Cowher told us yesterday? Making adjustments. Being able to make an adjustment. When you win at halftime, what isn't working in the first half, throw that out, make adjustments of things that you have to do in the second half. And that's what this team does.
Neil Smith has returned to the lineup, number 90 for the Denver Broncos. Less than a minute remaining now in the third. Bettis at 97 yards for the game. And 49 of those yards coming after his first hit. Fake to Bettis, the roll by Stewart. Chase, Smith can't get him, and finally bumped out of bounds. Little yardage. Ray Crockett coming up from the corner. 33 seconds left in the quarter.
Neil Smith, I mean, coming back, he has an ankle injury, but comes back. You know, this fake worked in the first half. Now here goes Neil Smith. He fakes, he's inside, he sees Cordell Stewart come out. Look at the speed of Neil Smith. Not bad for the big guy.
And the long arms of the law. Neil has a wing spread of 7 feet and an inch. Usually your wing spread is the same as your height. He's 6'4", but 7'1", and even Strelzik was talking about the fact that those long arms really make it tough on the blocker. That's ruled a sack, by the way. 2nd and 11 for Stewart with 3 seconds left in the quarter. Eludes the rush. And then the second hit, a fumble, and recovering is number 97, Mike Lodish of the Denver Broncos. And at the end of the third quarter, the turnover has Stewart plagued with 2 interceptions in this half, and now a fumble. Didn't see the blindside hit from Neil Smith.
When you're a quarterback and you move around, you know when your time is up as a thrower.
No advance in the score in this quarter, but the result of the game could be decided by one of those turnovers. We'll see more after the break.
Welcome to the fourth quarter at the Three Rivers Stadium. Neil Smith 30 career forced fumbles. He knows how to do it.
Well, young quarterback, inexperience, trying to make something happen when it's not there. Cordell Stewart was trying to do it that time. Bill Cowher seen a lot of mistakes today made by his quarterback.
Denver takes over at its 41-yard line. Elway. He throws to the sideline over McCaffrey. Cordell Stewart now with 3 interceptions and a fumble. 2 of the interceptions in the end zone.
That's right, Dick. Trying to force the action. The receivers are covered. This one you don't blame him. It's just a Hail Mary at the end of the first half. This one just too late with the football. And then probably the biggest so far, trying to make something happen when it's not there in the middle of the field against a defense they can run like the Denver Broncos.
4th and will it be the final period for one of these teams? A winner to the Super Bowl. 2nd and 10, Elway. Davis breaking a tackle to the 45-yard line. A gain of a long 4. Joel Steed wrapped him up.
Doesn't Nolan, if you're on the other side of the line of scrimmage like Nolan Harrison, number 74, aren't you offside? I would think you're offside. Watch number 74, Nolan Harrison. Is this offside? Watch it. Look at his arm. His arm's inside. I mean, you can't see that looking down the line.
Harrison out, extra defensive back in. Orpheus Roy also, young pass rusher in. Elway shotgun. Crowd trying to help as much as it can. Oh, what a catch in the open field by Rod Smith, and a first down at the 35-yard line. Smith, who has a reputation of making the brilliant catch, and it's the one that's perfectly thrown that he has trouble handling, as he showed 5 weeks ago.
Blitz by the Pittsburgh defense. Shannon Sharp, the tight end, in the backfield. The blitzer comes free. J.B. Brown does a good job of picking him up, enables John Elway to go down again. We've said it a couple times today. When you blitz, man coverage on the outside, the middle of the field is wide open. Rod Smith reaching back, using those hands, making a good catch.
20 yards on the play. He has 6 catches for 87 yards. Davis breaking tackles. Battles inside the 30-yard line, a gain of at least 6 before Levon Kirkland can make the tackle.
The one thing last week, we saw the Denver Broncos, what a good job they did picking up the blitz against the Kansas City Chiefs. Today, how many times have we seen them just pick it up? Not only they pick it up, they enable John Elway to stand there for that extra second and make the throw down the field.
John Elway, as he tucks his head in the huddle to look at the clock. 13 minutes separate Elway and the Broncos from a Super Bowl opportunity for this 37-year-old warhorse. Can the Steelers stop him? Davis, no gain. Wrapped up by Kevin Henry, the defensive end.
You know, Dick, you go back to that catch, Phil, of Rod Smith, and we were here, some 5 weeks ago, when they couldn't buy a catch. I mean, I'm talking about balls that were hitting them in the stomach, hitting them in the hands. They're dropping everything. Now, today, these guys are picking up everything.
Well, you think they hear much about it?
I don't think so.
This week, that's all we've talked about in the opening, the pregame, how they couldn't catch the ball. But today they've been excellent catching the ball in tight places.
Rod Smith, a former quarterback, Missouri Southern. They switched him to wide receiver, and a free agent pick a couple of years ago, becoming a star receiver. Denver 7 of 10 on 3rd down. Not this time, as a sea of black inundates Elway. His 2nd sack, and it's Kirkland there first.
Now, you know Pittsburgh's going to put pressure on Denver here for one big reason. They want to make sure to get to the quarterback, don't let him gain any yards. Levon Kirkland on the blitz, comes around, uses his speed, and makes the sack. But don't give up any more points. Try to sack John Elway, get him out of field goal range.
And I'll tell you, Tom Ruin right now, I watched him before the game kicking the ball into the wind, like the 10-yard punt before. Ball out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. Just kick it.
Courtney Hawkins back at the 10. Ruin to punt as that sack took them out of field goal range. Ruin, high wobbler. Hawkins lets it drop, so Darius Johnson catches it for him. 24-14, Denver leads, scoreless second half. 11 minutes, 18 seconds left in the 4th. Stewart and Pittsburgh start from the 11. Bettis toppled after a gain of nearly 5 by Ray Crockett. Broncos see one of their leading tacklers, Crockett, on the sidelines. Appears to be okay. Has an interception as well and a sack. 2nd and 5. Big 10. Hit immediately by Darius Johnson, who's in for Crockett, so they immediately go after the replacement of Crockett, and it's a first down.
There is no sense of urgency, but you're going under, getting close to what, 10 minutes to go in this ball game.
Once the decision had been made.
Big 10. Hit immediately by Darius Johnson, who's in for Crockett, so they immediately go after the replacement of Crockett, and it's a first down.
There is no sense of urgency, but you're going under, getting close to what, 10 minutes to go in this ball game. You got to move it along a little quicker.
24-14, and Steelers going into what win there is at Three Rivers today. Into Stewart's face. That doesn't bother Jerome Bettis. A lot of white jerseys do. Alan Aldridge and Harold Hasselbach leading that charge. Now Cordell Stewart has joined the company of John Elway, Dan Marino, Ty Detmer, Eric Kramer, Jeff Kemp, Mark Malone, Cliff Stout, all first-year quarterbacks to take their team into the playoffs. But none of those names took their team to the Super Bowl. No first-year quarterback has ever gone all the way to the big one. Stewart trying to accomplish that. 2nd and 7. Almost intercepted by Darian Gordon, and Gordon had his sights set on 6.
Darian Gordon inside. All he's doing, he is just watching Cordell Stewart. He looks at the receiver the whole time. He makes the break on the football as Cordell's letting it go. If he'd have decided just a little bit earlier, it's an interception for a touchdown.
Gordon, who was a high school state champion wrestler back in Shawnee, Oklahoma.
He got beat here the last time they played like a drum. Yancey Thigpen, 3 touchdowns on that young man right there.
Cordell Stewart, 5 touchdowns the first game against Denver. Nearly 5 turnovers today against Denver. 3rd down throw. Is it a catch? No, he trapped it. Courtney Hawkins down low. But it took one hop and the official right there to wave it off.
Well, the official is there, and this ball is thrown low, and it's thrown to the outside. The one place you really want to throw the ball, but you look at it, it goes right through his arms. It's on the ground. It's an excellent call. The official was in a perfect position to do it.
Stewart wanted the catch, but incomplete. 9 minutes and 28 seconds, and the Steelers will have to give up the ball.
Cordell Stewart knows, get that first down, get some rhythm with the offense, get moving, and he'd have a chance to make some plays, and but didn't connect on the 3rd down, stops him.
Gordon back. He averaged 13.5 per return. He won't have a chance in this one. Short kicks, lateral bounce. Back and forth early in the game, and then John Elway with 2 touchdown passes in the final 2 minutes of the first half. No score in the second half. Denver leads 24-14. First down, and it's Terrell Davis drawing a crowd after a gain of a couple. Earl Holmes and Dante Jones in on the tackle. John Elway at 37 years of age in his 15th year in the league. He got to the Super Bowl 3 times as a youngster. It's been a long wait, and here in the twilight of a great Hall of Fame career, Elway is within 7 minutes now from a 4th chance at that Super Bowl ring that would be the final stamp on a career that said how great this man has been. Steelers have different ideas. They want to get the ball back for Cordell Stewart, who's had a rough day. Davis breaks a tackle of Dante Jones, gains a couple to the 35. It'll be 3rd down and 5. 6.5 minutes remain.
You know, Dick, we were talking to John Elway yesterday, and with John Kuhn, you know, all these guys are saying, well, we got to get to the Super Bowl for John Elway. I said, you don't think the other 52 guys want to go to?
Yeah.
John says, I know. I'm getting sick of hearing this. We're going to get it for John Elway. Why don't we get it for the Denver Broncos? The people in Denver deserve another shot at the Super Bowl.
Bill Romanowski in the defense saying just keep that ball, chew up the clock. 120 yards now for Terrell Davis. He had only 75 in the regular season, and his longest run was 7 yards. Griffith, that was a combination that worked for a touchdown, not this time, and that stops the clock with 5:53 left, and Pittsburgh will get the ball back.
Well, the Denver Broncos, they know just one first down really makes a difference in eating up this clock. They could take it down to 3 or inside of 3 minutes if they just get one first down. Howard Griffith open in the flat. John Elway has to turn and throw to his left. Tough throw for quarterback again. Throws behind him.
Last 3 punts by Ruin, 11, 25, and 28 yards. Will Blackwell doesn't know quite where to camp. He's back at the 25. And Ruin hits another dying spiral that takes a bounce for Denver down to around the 20-yard line. 10-point lead, 5:43 to left. First and 10 Steelers. Blitz from Gordon. Stewart straight arms him away. Scrambles, stops, throws, and completes. Will Blackwell, first down at the 38, his first catch today. Tyrone Braxton the stop.
Well, Denver trying to win the game here on the first couple plays. They're blitzing. Look, I never thought they'd blitz anymore. I thought they'd play it safe. Cordell Stewart shakes off the sack, comes outside, creates some time for himself, makes a good throw here for the pickup of the first down.
16 yards on the play. 5:15 remaining. Over the middle, incomplete. Charles Johnson covered by Darius Johnson, not related.
Charles Johnson just coming in. Looks like he wasn't relaxed enough to catch the ball. Johnson is on him. Look at this. I mean, it just looks like a little bit too relaxed. You've got to concentrate on that ball. Every single yard is so important. When you're in 5 minutes and 9 seconds, the only good thing about that play was incomplete and stopped the clock.
5:09 left. Cordell on 12 for 30. 49 yards. Another blitz. And the quick pass works. Courtney Hawkins close to a first down before Alfred Williams can make the tackle.
Well, Cordell Stewart, I can notice he's having a hard time getting in the rhythm, throwing this football, not having much success. So what do? Call a play you know he can complete. Denver's defense blitzing. Good call, the screenplay.
Alfred Williams now slow getting up, so time is called with 4:48 left. And now with the clock showing less than 5, any play out of bounds, a runner out of bounds will stop the clock. Steelers need to score and then get the ball back for another.
Alfred Williams, what a great play he makes. Now he's on the line of scrimmage. Now he comes all the way back and chases down the ball, the receiver Hawkins, and he looks like he just landed on his knee.
Alfred Williams not at full strength the last time they met, nor was Neil Smith. They've got 9 tackles and a sack and a forced fumble between them, the two ends, and Tanavasa didn't play last time. He has a couple of tackles.
You know, so much has changed in this league the last few years. One of them, we just saw Alfred Williams, a defensive lineman, running across the field to make a tackle.
On third down and short, straight ahead for the first down goes Cordell Stewart. Only the second time he's run the ball. The other time he ran all the way for a touchdown, 33 yards. Crowd starting to get nervous. Hurry up, they're saying as the clock ticks down under 4:20. Williams is back in the lineup for Denver. Stewart gonna run it. And ducks out of bounds with a first down at the 42. Clock stop 4:07.
Fred McAfee came back to make a block on Keith Traylor, and Keith Traylor almost killed him. He just deliberately tried to run over him. I mean, McAfee, I really like him now. McAfee, that is just a lot of guts what he did.
Paul Keith Traylor, number 94. He's an ex-linebacker. He weighs over 300 pounds.
Watch the guy on the right here. Look at this. Oh. Hello.
Yeah, he got the job done.
Yes, he did.
McAfee thought he was going to catch him by surprise. Not today.
Stewart out of bounds. They mark it at the 43, so it's 2nd and 1.
Good.
Cordell. Tough catch. Made by Blackwell. Second round pick out of San Diego State. It's enough for a first down. But more importantly is the clock. 3:55 and ticking. All 3 timeouts remain for the Steelers. And that deep defense for Denver now loosening up considerably. Stewart to the sidelines now. Charles Johnson, first down, no, close to it. 32 they'll mark it as Darian Gordon made the tackle. Clock stopped.
Well, the conservative defense, that is a really good approach right now for Denver on defense. But the one thing you really don't want them to do, if you're going to do that, don't let them catch the ball and get out of bounds for 8 and 10 yards.
Well, that is a great point, because we saw that happen in the Denver-Kansas City game. When Kansas City got the ball down, they just let them catch the ball, get out of bounds, and they kicked a 54-yard field goal to beat Denver.
4 wide receivers. Stewart in the shotgun. Kick pass. Doesn't get out of bounds. Does have the first down at the 23. Gordon made the tackle. Joel Cowher sneaks a peek at that electronic monster chewing up his hopes. Over the middle. Hawkins to the 15-yard line. Push back. And the clock moving toward the 3-minute mark. The native of Pittsburgh, his home, Stad, you saw him early, still lives in the same place where he was raised, only 13 minutes from this stadium. He's all of Pittsburgh. Stewart. Lots of time. Somebody might be open. It's Johnson! Charles Johnson! Touchdown!
Cordell really showed some experience there. What he learned earlier. Nobody's open down the field. He didn't take a chance. He didn't force it. He moves around. Somebody opens up down the field, finds him, and makes a terrific throw into the corner of the end zone.
He actually told Charles Johnson, just keep coming. You saw his hand wave. Just keep coming across. I'll get it to you.
Now the try for point by Norm Johnson. And it is a 3-point game. 24-21. Last 2 possessions, Denver 3 and out. 2:38 remains. Elway to McCaffrey. The play that worked for a touchdown late in the first half, and McCaffrey appears to be injured as he's tackled at the 17. Stop the clock anyway on the completion, and the
Ed McCaffrey looks like when he gets hit, he just gets twisted. Elway makes the half throw, makes a good throw. Ed McCaffrey turns it upfield, trying to get those good yards. Tackled high.
8-7-6 on the play clock. Elway will use as much time as he can, and then gives to Terrell Davis. And Davis is hit by Earl Holmes at the 2-minute warning. Mike Shanahan, who strips his first 15 plays, looking for one in the final 2 minutes that would work for a first down. His team is deep at the 15, 3rd down and 6. Only 11 yards in the last 8 plays for the Denver offense. McCaffrey back in. 5 wide receivers. And Shannon Sharp steals the catch and is down at the 33-yard line. How did he come away with the ball? Timeout, Cowher and Pittsburgh.
It's a good catch by Shannon Sharp, but you've got to give this to John Elway. Stays in the pocket against the blitz, and he just puts everything he has on the ball, sticks it right in. Look, Jason Gilden right there. It should have been knocked down, but what a throw by John Elway.
That a big 18-yard completion. Now the pressure on the Steeler defense as Elway rolls out, pumps it to McCaffrey. McCaffrey stays in bounds, but has another first down at the 44-yard line.
Is this a great call or what? Now you tell me, Mr. Quarterback, you were the most valuable player. Tell me about this call.
Well, that was a great call, Paul. I mean, they know the Steelers are playing run all the way. They want to stop the run, call the timeout, save it. Mike Shanahan, hey, they had no success in these last few drives.
Remember Coward telling us yesterday when everybody's talking about Elway and his miracle comebacks, all the things that he does. This is not a comeback. They were ahead. He said, "Don't forget, I was on the sideline for most of those. I'm one of those guys." And here he goes again.
That's why he said, "I was so excited when we beat Denver here earlier in the year, and why I ran down into the end zone." I said that made some amends, but now Davis protecting the ball on first down, gets to the 45, and the timeout called by the Steelers. 52 seconds remain as the Denver Broncos trying to become only the 5th wild card team in the NFL to make it to the Super Bowl. There are the others. The Cowboys had to play only 2 games as a wild card to get there. The Raiders are the only wild card team to win it when they beat Philadelphia the 80 season, and then the Patriots and Bills the other 2 out of the wild card ranks to go to the Super Bowl. The odds are not good. That's over 100 wild card teams as Pat Bowlen, by tradition, 5-minute mark, 4th quarter, makes his way down to the sidelines as the owner of the Broncos and their CEO, an athlete himself, triathlete in his day.
Jim Lester. Sty. I mean, these guys are just give us some hope. Get us the ball.
Well, they know that they have a miracle maker in young Cordell Stewart. He can make some wonderful things happen, but will Denver allow? 2nd and 8, 52 seconds. Davis protecting the ball, but he has a first down, and Moore stays in bounds at the Pittsburgh 35, and that should just about wrap it up for the Denver Broncos. They're celebrating over on the far sidelines. Another first down, and the clock is running. Neil Smith, who left a terrific team, the Kansas City Chiefs, they couldn't sign him, comes to Denver for much a half or less of the salary that he was gaining in Kansas City. He wanted to be with a team with a chance. Romanowski, you saw, he knows the feeling. He was a member of a Super Bowl champion in San Francisco. And, of course, the man that they'll all be chronicling, the headliner, John Elway, one kneel down away from his 4th Super Bowl trip. And that'll do it as the Denver